How's it going? It is Wednesday night, which means gonna sit down and watch a game from a few years ago. Hard to believe this one is 10 years old. It is the Wallabies and the All Blacks from 2010 from Hong Kong. I hardly remember this game. I know it's famous for one bit of a stinker moment from a particular player. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how this one goes. Mark Dunphy is in Seattle. I know that. 1:25 in the morning when I sent you the message. 1:30 now. Hope you're alright, mate. Obviously not asleep in the middle of the morning, night. YOLO Bug, I'm good, man. Like I said, I haven't seen this match probably since 2010. So I remember very, very little about it. But yeah, it's kind of scary that 10 years ago still seems pretty fresh. Right before the 2011 Rugby World Cup, I guess. But yeah, the link's in the description to the game if you guys are going to watch along. Let me know where you guys are watching from. That's always good to know. And yeah, we'll get cracking in a couple of minutes. We're still a little bit early. Jason, how's it going? You've changed your logo to Homer Simpson. Good choice, must say. Good choice. From Cape Town, how's it going? What time is it in Cape Town? It must be late morning, maybe. Mark, I know you're in Seattle, mate. Why aren't you asleep? What's your sister up to? Still no plans, I guess, to go back to Ireland as yet. I guess nobody's travelling anywhere. Daramundi, how's it going? Oh, and am I excited for Leinster Saracens? Yes, that should be something of a... It's like the next best thing to a test match, that one. Champions Cup live stream. I haven't even actually checked what time the games are on. Let's have a look. Champions Cup fixtures. Leinster Saracens is on at 2 a.m. I will likely be giving that one a miss in terms of the live stream. 2 a.m. Goodness me, that's madness. I'll get up and watch it in the morning. 10:30 a.m. Not bad. Either brunch time or almost time for morning tea or something. From Brisbane, how's it going, M? Toby from Dirty Dunners once again. How's it going, man? Oh, can't sleep on the meds, Mark. Oh, well then, the next best thing is to sit down and watch a bit of rugby, I guess. And Jason is in Paraparaamu. Did not know that. Have I been there before? Sure I have. Sure I have. The best match. Yeah, it says Leinster Saracens 2 a.m. That's tough. Claremont Racing 4:30. Toulouse Ulster is 11:30 at night, and then Exeter Northampton is 4:30. None of those are particularly friendly times for me over here, mate. I will say that. Jordan is the legend who in the Mitre 10 Cup first round picked 7 from 7 results. How's it going, Jordan? I'd get up at 2 a.m. to watch James Ryan versus Mara Itoje. Oh, don't tempt me, man. I got kids who are going to get up early in that morning. What? Let's have a look. Yeah, Sunday, 2 a.m., man. My kids will be up that day. Lucas isn't Brizzy. Good, man. You're still at work. You have to watch this game later on, Big Will. Big Will, this one's a classic, so... Yeah, we'll see how Beaver goes at the end. We'll see. Score at the bottom, probably not. See, this one's probably got the score on the screen. Sam, how's it going, bud? I'll get the game going in just a tick if you guys want to get it ready. It's in the description. Morning, Grant and Danny. So yeah, Wallabies All Blacks from 2010. It's Bledisloe 4 from Hong Kong. Can you live stream from bed, given that my wife and my 2-year-old sleep in the same room? Probably not. I think that would be a trip to Troubletown for me. Alright, links in the description. We might as well get cracking. I'm going to get us started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Bledisloe 4 from 2010. Doesn't look to be a sellout, but looks like a decent crowd. You're frothing for a beer or 15 right now. Well, Big Will. Oh, maybe this is a twist top. It is a twist top. Have one later, bro. Cheers, everybody. Jordan, good to hear your mum's doing good. Just do what the doctor orders, man. Just do what the doctors order. That's all you can do. Bob says, good to see you, mate. Stop watching Speedo Cops for this. Good man. This one's classic. Let's have a look at the lineups. Robertson, Moore, Alexander, Chisholm, Sharp, Elsom, Pocock, and McCalman is your 4-pack. Guinea, Cooper, Mitchell, Giddo, Ashley Cooper, O'Connor, and Beale. It's a pretty tidy looking Wallabies outfit. Dean Mums on the bench. Nice. Derek Barnes. Ethan, good man, good. Thank you, brother. I've been good. Alex, do you honestly believe the Aussies can win the Bledisloe Cup again? It's got to happen eventually. It's got to happen eventually. New Zealand, Woodcock, Mialamu, Franks, Thorne, Donnelly, Kino, McCaw, and Reed. Jimmy Cowan, Carter, Rokathoko, Nonu Smith, Jane Muliaina. Whitelock on the bench. Albie Matthewson's on the bench. Stephen Donald. Saya Toiava. Nice. Haven't seen my vids for a long time, Jason. Man, I've been pumping them out, bro. Andre Pollard's injured. Who's going to be his replacement? Is Sam Kane the man for the 7 jersey? Lots of stats, man. You got to love it. A good question, Darmundi. Big Will. When you find out, when you get a chance, let us know how your missus is going with her leg injury. Which 2 overseas Wallabies should they get? It looks like they're pretty short in locks, eh? Like Will Skelton seems to be one of the favourites. 7-7 from Super Brew last week was a fluke. Nah, man, that's skill. Just take it. Just take it. Evening was a good day to get the washing dry, but not such a good day to ride the bike. I don't know how it was in Hamilton, Novmum, but in Auckland it was overcast, then sunny, but bloody windy all day. All day. Glad you decided not to wear an Aussie kit. This is legit the jacket that I was just wearing all day, so I decided not to get changed. It's kicked off, by the way. I'm at 21 seconds. Bledisloe 4 from 2010. You forgot Derek Barnes existed. Yep, that's quite a while ago. Dave Rennie is a good coach apart from the Glasgow Warriors. He was successful. Wasn't he decent at Glasgow? Didn't they win a Pro 12? Even though you won't be watching, will you be doing Leinster Series preview? Yeah, bro, I'll do all 4 quarterfinals. Previews, reviews, and I'll just watch the games in the morning when I get up. Morning Fleshin, evening from New Zealand. How's it going? Crazy how different the 2011 World Cup lineup was compared to this game. This is the 4th game, so I feel like they took maybe a slightly experimental lineup, but it's 10 years ago, I can't remember. Is the New Zealand rugby community up in arms about losing the Rugby World Championship, the Rugby Championship hosting? It's not been a good look for the ruling party at the moment. They're kind of getting the blame for being too strict on the quarantine. But they're kind of damned if they do, damned if they don't. Because if they relax the quarantine, they're going to get given a bunch of grief for, putting sports before people's health and safety. Beale's just missed the kick early. Maybe it's not going to be a good one for the Wallabies. Sid Snot's in London. Must be late morning for you as well. What did he win there? I'm sure Dave Rennie won something with Glasgow. Record it, watch it back without checking the result. Basically live then. Yeah, I definitely watch it. I watch it without knowing the result, and I watch it in full. I don't check Twitter. I don't check Facebook. I don't look at my YouTube comments. The worst is sometimes the radio, because I have the radio running in my bedroom, because like I said, there's a 2-year-old sleeping in there. And parenting tip, if you've got a sleeping child in a room and you've got a radio going, that slightly low level of noise means if you walk around in the room, they're not likely to wake up, because there's not, like, it's not breaking any silence. So, but that can mean when they update the sports bulletins at every hour, if you're kind of half waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, they might say, oh, and Leinster came from behind to beat Saracens 24-13, and you're like, oh, spoiler. Another shot from Beale. He's missed that one as well. She's tough work at the moment. No, she's been bedridden. Go back home, check on her. She's in good spirits, man. Be good to her, bro. Who are you backing for the Reds-Brumbies final? I'm tempted to pick the Reds, man. I am tempted to pick the Reds. They're in good form. All right, Big Will. Take care, bro. Dave Rennie won best dressed coach. Surely he would have been in a Leinster kit if he was winning best dressed coach. Secretly glad the game is on Sunday means I will get to see it as I'm working one of the polling booths on election day. That's a good little side earner to work on election day. Just make sure you wear a mask. Man, it's all the Wallabies thus far. Haven't had any bloody ball. What time am I at? The game clock is at 5:17. YouTube's little tracker is at 7:27. I don't know if the All Blacks have even hardly touched the ball. Cooper's just put through a pinpoint kick into the All Blacks 22. Yes, Jason, I know who wins this game. It's not that long ago that I don't know. Leo Cullen's still only 42. Yeah, it's not that much older than me. He's the same age as one of the players who played in the Mitre 10 Cup at the weekend. You feel like he could still run out onto the park, but he seems to be, I don't know, he's not, he seems to be a bit thin, doesn't he? Has he lost a few kegs? Cooper, what a pass, but it's forward. Man, Wallabies have had all the pressure thus far. How can you forget Jason Rutledge's name? Yeah, that's true. I feel like a lot of people probably don't know him. Stag's legend. I'm pretty bad with names, actually. Oh, man, and it's a free kick to the Wallabies. Everything's going Wallabies in these first 7 minutes. You missed 2010 Cooper. Man, so many of these guys are still around, but they just look a ton younger. David Pocock looks like a babe, as in a baby, not a babe. Guinea looks younger. Cooper looks younger, because they are. It's just 10 years ago. I would have looked 10 years younger 10 years ago as well. Funny that. I've met Quaid. He's a tight ass. What do you mean? What did he do? Cooper on form as a treat. Yeah, he's a fun player to watch. Watch this game live, getting to watch Real Roller Coaster. I'm sure I would have watched this game, but I don't have much memory of it apart from the last few moments. Bro. Cooper probably should have passed that one, but he still got the result. Man, what a try. Have the All Blacks had any ball? This game's madness. Carl doesn't miss Quaid. I'm not in a happy mood. What's wrong, Darnell, Brown? Work no good? Nah, Giddo's doing the goal kicking and he's missed as well, so they're none from 3. O'Connor looks like a baby. Yeah, even Giddo just looks a lot younger, but again, 10 years. 10 years. I had a baby and a toddler back then. Now I almost have a teenager. Yeah, 2010. I'm living in China, not married, teaching English. Probably excited that in a year's time I get to go to the World Cup back home in New Zealand. Quay Cooper is still playing, or at least he was. I think he had a contract in Japan, but with COVID, no deal. Ten and a half minutes. All Blacks have had nothing. Cooper's running into Stephen Moore. Trying to log into my daily stuff, but my login doesn't work. Sounds like work stuff. Man, Cowan was big for a halfback, eh? Oh, Nonu. He's giving it to Elsom. Far out. There's a hell of a period to play this. Nono really was world great. Yeah, he pretty much had the whole package, didn't he? Strength, speed, like nous, distribution, he could kick, like, man, he had offloading game, he could just do it all. Big tackles, like, yeah, seriously. Watched this game at the time, but I remember nothing about it now except the final result. I don't remember any of this stuff. Like you, bro, I remember the result, and I remember, I think the end. I probably remember the last couple of minutes, but the rest of this game is a blur. Jimmy Cow, another Southland legend. That's true. Don't remember Jane at 14. Yeah, Jane was there or thereabouts around that World Cup time. Who else was there? Richard Kahu was playing wing and midfield around this time. Cooper and Brad Thorne. Their history had already started even back in 2010. Cowan's got rid of it, but he's not got much distance on that kick. Honestly, man, he's a big boy. For a halfback, how tall is he? Like 6'1" or something? Let's have a look. Jimmy Cowan. 182. That's pretty tall. Is that really only 5'9"? Okay, not as tall as I thought, but 182 is still not short. Which AB from this match would you have in today's starting 15? I think Richie's playing. Dan Carter's playing. Those are your go-to guys for sure. But then there's Nonu. Far out. There's too many good players, man. I had a good chat, good debate of the rugby. I've seen about half of that episode. I haven't finished it. I need to finish it off. The first, like, half an hour, or is it 20 minutes, doesn't even have him on. They just shoot in the breeze for a while. Australia should have taken Skelton and Fardy to the World Cup last year. I think that was a ghetto law problem. I don't think either of them have played enough games and they didn't change the law, but yeah. I think Saracens took old Skelton to another level, didn't they? They certainly slimmed him down a bit. Just looking at Jimmy Callum when he puts in that tackle, he looks as big as some of the Lucy's, or maybe it's just my impression of him. Oh, off the post. Nobody can get any goal kicks. That's none from 4 if you count both sides. Corey J will need a whiskey and pizza at half time. Yeah, he got in trouble at the World Cup after this for, was it sleeping pills? Need Coleman and Skelton. Coleman, Skelton, Arnold. You guys have got lots of good locks overseas, man. Slimmed down, but still couldn't lift him in a line out. He's a big fella. That's not going to change even if he slims down. Oh, man, it's shocking from the All Blacks so far. But they've won a penalty. I probably should have gone to this game, man. I was living in China. Hong Kong's not that far away. I was probably saving all my leave for the World Cup, though. Jake, how is it going, man? DC is lining up a shot at goal. The game clock is 2020. YouTube's tracker. Ugh, I would tell you, but I've just got a bleeding ad. It's unskippable as well. For Nestle, Kit Kat. Have a break, have a Kit Kat. I'd rather be watching the rugby. YouTube trackers at 1750. Yeah, all my ads, Daramundi, thus far have been just little banners. They haven't been like proper mid-roll ads. But that one was a mid-roll for Kit Kat. Oh, Dan's missed it, bro. That's 5 kicks in this game that have gone askew. 2 from the All Blacks. 2 from Beale, 1 from Ghetto. Jeez. Best part of this game was where Quaid gives Richie a smack in the head. Is that this game? Man, I'll have to look out for that. I remember the moment. I didn't remember it was this particular game. Brad Thorne's already had a wee moment with Quaid thus far. I'm going to have to keep an eye out for that. Kicking accuracy in this game leaves a lot to be desired, David. Yeah, that's putting it pretty mildly. You could also say it's been atrocious and bloody awful. Time to bring on Donald. Yeah, maybe he'll have a better game. Bring on Stephen Donald. Aussies are now letting foreign club players play for the Wallabies. I think only 2, right? I think the All Blacks will be the last team to do that. The sabbaticals is the closest thing they'll do. They did let Matt Todd play for the All Blacks when he was technically still playing in Japan. but he was under contract to come back to the Crusaders that following season. So it has happened. They have made an exception. Oh, Two Dads is on a big line break. Oh, he beat the defender. Who the hell was that trying to make that tackle? That was shocking. Bro, that's a heck of a try. What's a try? Man, what's a try? Cooper, oh, straight through. Man, magic. Absolute magic. Split the defense in half is right. That was one of the best tries you'll see. Made it look effortless. Not looking good for the ABs, people. 12-0. When's Cooper going to give Richie the treatment? Do you think it's wise for the Box to play in the Rugby Championship? Des says, hi mate, what do you think about the current stuff around the championship? It's not ideal for the Springboks guys, is it? Like, apart from the fact that I'm sure they could use the income, you're probably looking at taking a bunch of young guys because their injuries are galore. Pollard's out, Snyman's out, I think Peter Steff's out. Who else is out? A couple of other locks. The locking stocks are Etzebeth, I think. They've been ravaged by injury. And they're going to be underdone, the ones based in South Africa. How much rugby can they get in between now and the championship? Be a young team, probably underdone. On the pitch, the best you're maybe going to get is a bit of experience for some young guys. So you'd probably want to take a really young squad. Just blood some guys, kind of like what the Aussies are doing. How many cold ones deep? We're still finishing off bottle number 1. Oh man, another ad. It's time for an Apple Watch. Less mid-rolls, Rugby AU, please. Come on. Eddie Jones always says you can't beat the All Blacks in the first 20 minutes even if you're 40-0 up. That's true. The All Blacks generally do come back. It's been like when I do bet on games, traditionally what I've done is seen the points start, right? So usually the team, like let's say the All Blacks, I said they're going to win like with a start of like minus 7.5. So they need to win by 8 points. That usually goes like at a moment like this, it'd be almost at evens. So then you put money on the All Blacks now, knowing that they'll probably come back. Nah, it wouldn't be at evens at this point. It'd be like 3. Ad revenue is how Rugby Australia get income. Yeah, it's just too many, man. People complain about the mid-rolls in my bloody videos, and I usually only do 1 or 2. I guess this is an hour and 22 minutes, but I'm only 23 minutes in, and I've had at least 5 ads. Rokotoko with the tackle. That being said, YouTube does, in its official like advice to you, if you've got a YouTube channel, it does say, just let us place the mid-rolls automatically. Don't do them manually. You can if you want, but just let them do automatically. And if you let it go automatically, it just goes bam, 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 ad. Yeah, too many ads. If South Africa can't make the championship, is there any contingency plans? I don't know what else they do, man. Who else do you call in? I mean, obviously New Zealand and Australia can still play, but that's with COVID cases pretty rampant in the Argentinian camp. It's going to be tough. Well, I don't know about rampant, but at least like 4 or 5 of the guys have had it. So, yeah, you got to imagine it'll be more. Eddie Jones got Farrell off a high tackle charge. He gave him a character reference or something, I think. Here we go. Conrad. He's faster than you think. That's the best attacking player the All Blacks have had. I thought Jane might have knocked it on them, but no. Reed with the big offload. Mealamu. Is he held up? I think he's held up. Held up. Man, what a try saver. Don't make the All Blacks angry before a World Cup doesn't end well. Robertson and Beale. Man, good effort. Maybe for the Rugby Championship they could look into some second tier sides, the likes of Samoa and Tonga. I was thinking the same thing, but I think most of their guys are in Europe, eh? It would still be a bit of a logistical mare, I think. I was thinking Japan as well, but they've already kind of ruled themselves out of rugby action for this year anyway. On YouTube, I have a time of 27:20. Game clock is 30:30. Cowan has just gone under the sticks to score it. And Jimmy Cowan doesn't look happy, but I'm sure he's smiling on the inside. Try time, no ads on my YouTube. Lucky so far for you, David. I think it depends on where you're based as to what ads you get shown. Welsh banned the haka. We beat them by 50 points. I think I know the game you're talking about. It's where there was a disagreement about when the haka should be done, like before or after the anthems. And they were trying to say it should be before the anthem, so the All Blacks refused and they did it in the changing sheds. Is that the game? They did it in the changing rooms. And people were pretty pissed off. Oh, Grant, man. Long time no see. How's it going, bro? How's life in Taiwan? They did the haka in the changing room. David, yeah, you're thinking of the same one I am. Unless you didn't know that and you're laughing because I said they did it in the changing room. Look it up. It's a thing. Yeah, they did the haka in the changing room, seriously, for themselves. And the crowd, seeing it on the TV screens, booed because they were pissed off because they wanted to see it. My lifetime, I don't think Wales have ever beaten the All Blacks. I don't even think in my dad's lifetime it's happened. Maybe once. It was in the 50s. Organising more sports, Grant. More cricket? Last World Cup, the All Blacks wasted themselves on selling the haka, then England smashed them. Yeah, I was tempted to watch that England All Blacks game again today, but I decided not to. Flesham was there. Were you booing as well when you saw the haka being performed in the sheds? Oh, touch rugby. Nice, Grant. What's the touch rugby market like in Taiwan? Wales last beat New Zealand 1953. Okay, so Gaza, my old man, was 3. Maybe 2, depending on what month it was. 7 phases for the All Blacks. Kieran Reid. Corey Jane, try time. Yeah, Beals, no chance. Wow. Touch has potential in Taiwan. Is it an expat community playing touch or what? Pretty good final 10 minutes from the ABs, you'd have to say. They've been a bit average most of this first half. Beals' defensive effort there was a bit half-hearted. He probably wasn't going to stop him anyway, but yeah, wasn't his best effort. "50-50 unlike cricket, which is 100% expat. Patrick, mate, how's it going? Jeez, I hate to think what time it is where you are. Corey J must be on the uppers. Oh, let's not go there. Haka is a memorable moment. All fans want to see it. Exactly right. Big Will, game clock is currently not on the screen. YouTube one is 31:50. DC's just kicked the conversion after Corey Jane's try on the right wing. You finished work. Watch Beals Falcon on Jane. What? Jeez, Wallabies putting a bit of pressure on from the restart. 35:45 is the game clock. And YouTube is 32:32. Interesting that the game clock can be ahead of the YouTube clock, but I guess they cut out a lot of the stoppages on the Aussie version, so they keep it tight. Heaps of pressure from the Wallabies from that kickoff. Gonna take a shot at goal. Just got home with some Nando's for the missus and a few beers for you. Good man. How does she take the Nando's? Does she go with like mild, spicy? Nando's sauces can get pretty hot actually. Came close in 1978 when Hayden jumped out of the lineout to get that winning penalty. True. That's a moment that still gets talked about, to be fair. 1978 though. Jeez. Another Apple Watch ad for me. There goes 15 seconds of my life. Giddo's just taken a shot at goal and he's missed it. The wind must be atrocious because the kicking percentages are low. Game clock is 37:20. The hottest one on barbecue, goodness me. Oh, yep. Yeah, I'm trying to think. What was the last real close game with Wales I watched? I know Ireland's given us a few frights. Scotland gave us a fright not that long ago. I'm sure Wales must have given us a fright relatively recently. Big scrum penalty for the All Blacks. Almost half time. A bit of debate as to whether that penalty was for what. November 2017, 33-17. That's not. It's not particularly close though, is it? Did Wales go out to a big lead in that one? I got a terrible memory for that kind of stuff. A couple of guys getting treatment before half time. A lot of Aussies in the crowd, eh? Must be a lot of Aussies living in Hong Kong. At least 10 years ago, anyway. Sam Whitelock might be going to come on. 22 years old. Jeez, he doesn't look 22. He looks older than that. All Blacks are getting all the love at the old scrum time. Gonna take another shot at goal. Then it'll be half time. We got the Aussie feed on the commentators. They're not happy with the scrums, but I'm not going to comment. Not many Aussies in Hong Kong now. CCP. I'm not sure actually. I know there's at least one guy on this channel regularly who's an Aussie in Hong Kong. But yeah, I'm not sure. Bloody hell, another ad. Come on, man. What do we got this time? Tip Top Ice Cream. Less than your 5-second jobby. Carter with the wind. Oh, he's got it. He's certainly adjusted to the conditions better than the Aussie guys. Good kick from DC. 17-12 at half time. I wouldn't have thought that after the opening stanza, man. It was all Australia. Oh, second half's underway. Remember a drink game defeat, get drunk against the ABs in Cardiff was at the standoff game as well. That was 29-9. Okay. Thoughts about an old All Black tour of Europe. With COVID, they played clubs and internationals. I miss the tours, man. I miss the tours. But I can't see it happening anymore, eh, with the schedule the way it is. I've had multiple Hungry Jackson menu log ads throughout the match. Interestingly, Hungry Jack's is universally Burger King over here. I think you guys are the only ones who've got Hungry Jack's. And Menulog kind of got did over by Uber Eats. Menulog didn't last. Menulog was on the market before Uber Eats over here. First time I remember ordering food delivery was Menulog, but I still had the app like a year ago, and I looked for a restaurant. There was just nothing on there. It's all Uber Eats. Do you think Kalen Dyer is a dark horse for the Lions? Why not, man? But the back row is going to be tight. What made McCaw so good? If you watch his movie, I would say determination, man. Not a sexy term, but mentally one of the strongest guys. And his missus says he is just a ridiculously competitive person. Ridiculously competitive. Like if you say, like, oh, let's go. We'll go to dinner. Let's go. He'll race you to the door to get out of the house. Like everything's a competition. I don't think you can teach that kind of mentality where you're just that competitive. You just want to win everything. Like, yeah. Anyway. McCall wanted to be a great All Black. There you go. There was already a place called Burger King in Aussie, hence Hungry Jack's. I think I've watched a YouTube video about it, and then Hungry Jack's for a while was run in tandem with Burger King, and now they're all Hungry Jack's, right? Menulog was the first I found, and now Uber Eats is also here, so we have both companies. Probably a bigger market. I think New Zealand is pretty much only Menulog, only Uber Eats. There's a few small companies that do like Chinese restaurants specifically that I've seen, but all the rest are pretty much Uber Eats. Aussies are on fire at the start of the second half. They started both halves really well. Billy V suffered badly from injuries. Faletau at Wales, nowhere the same player. That's true. Doris has certainly got the well body on his side compared to some of the other guys who seem like the years have taken their toll. Elsom bumps off Muliaina. Oh, how the hell did the All Blacks get the ball there? Doris should be an Irish starter now. Well, yeah, we'll see once the internationals get back underway. Oh man, another ad. What have we got this time? It is Apple Watch for the third time. I've had more Apple Watch ads than any other. Bro, I don't even have an Apple phone. Not going to buy an Apple Watch. Anyway, cheers guys. 44 minutes, 10 seconds on the game clock. It's still 17-12 New Zealand. But just like the first half, the Wallabies have started with all the ball. Man, the breakdown's pretty brutal. I'm surprised the ref hasn't blown anything up because that is a pile of dogs' breakfast. Love Hungry Jack's over here, but wish we had a Wendy's burger place. You miss Wendy's. Yeah, there's a Wendy's that's just a couple minutes away from me. And, Owen, man, no, man, I got a cold bag with ice in it. What do you think I am? Maybe YouTube is telling me something. Nah, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna give me an Apple Watch. I'm an analog watch guy. I don't know why. Large drink at Wendy's are huge. They are. The medium at Wendy's is like a large everywhere else. We have two in Hamilton, but I hardly go to them. They're too far away from you. Wendy's is good. Bacon cheeseburger used to be $2. That was a good burger when you had a night out on the beers, that's for sure. Love a Wendy's, just making a comeback in the UK. I don't know why Wendy's always did pretty well over here. There's not been a whole lot of branches. For a long time, there was only ever one. It's Burger King that's in trouble over here. Burger King went into receivership during COVID. Some of the branches have shut down. Burger King is not doing particularly well. Man, James O'Connor's little shimmy step went around McCaw pretty easily. Oh, Corey Cooper just took out old Richie. Wendy's is okay, but the best cooks are men, Ronald McDonald and Colonel Sanders. Goodness me. Oh man, the Aussies can't buy a trick with the goal kicking, what can I say? BK just shut their place in the city centre here. Maybe it's a universal thing. They talk about their... God, I don't know why we're talking about fast food, but they talk about their menu not adapting. Whereas, like, McDonald's went all... I don't know what you would call it. Contemporary with their menu, right? They got heaps of healthy options and stuff, whereas BK pretty much just stayed the same. If you go to KFC in China, its menu is virtually unrecognizable from the menu, at least in a Western country. Right, here come the All Blacks down the right wing. Corey Jane got rid of Cooper, but was still tackled. Pocock, great player. Definitely. Seems like a pretty good bloke as well. Fond of a bit of the old environmentalism and stuff. Couldn't pay me to eat KFC. Haven't had Macca's and Yonks. What? What? KFC, man. Zinger burger. Just the chicken wings, man. Come on. Colonel's secret recipe. 21 spices and herbs and whatever it is. Kia ora, April Tui. How is it going? You are better late than never. The game clock is at 49.15. The YouTube track is at 47.43. All Blacks are ahead 17-12. Forget Wendy's can't beat a plate of Spuds, Tyke Furlong says. Well, potato chips are essentially just cooked Spuds, aren't they? I'm sure he could enjoy. And yeah, because the menu's all in Chinese, but they've got like porridge at KFC and rice dishes. Yeah, it's bizarre. Corn soup, yeah, I think they've got that as well. It's a very localized menu. McCaw, go Richie. Conrad Smithens a bit of everything. Big Kev. As far as nines goes, how does Guinea rank? I think, like Conor Murray, at his best, he was the best 9 in the world. I don't think he stayed there for that long, but there was at least, I don't know what, a year or two where he was just phenomenal. And I remember thinking, I was looking at our nines, like Cowan, like Piti Wepu, and I was like, it's not fair. We don't have anyone as good. Yeah. Been to Macca's in Japan, that was different, I'll bet. Same with China. You can get pork burgers in China at McDonald's. Mad here, Kevin the cat was hit by a car. Goodness me. Jeez, hope he's alright. TJ the cat has his photo sent to the real TJ. My mum works with his sister-in-law. Helped them make vegan dinner. Nice. At times, Guinea was world-class, but his form was inconsistent. Yeah. I think he had an injury and then didn't quite come back at the same level from memory. When did Aaron Smith come onto the scene? Was it after the 2011 World Cup? My clock at the moment, April, the game clock is just hitting 52, and the YouTube one is at 50 minutes and 40 seconds. Guinea pass is awesome. Yeah, and he had such a sniping little running game, eh? Aaron Smith's a real top player, absolutely. His bullet pass is just something else. Remember how this game ended? Yeah, that's the only thing I remember about this game, April 2, is the end. All the other stuff is a blur. I only remember the end. I guess the end's all that matters. I think David might be slightly ahead of us. Let's have a look. Oh, Richie. Go, Richie. There goes Ma'a. He's burned Stephen Moore. Alexander's not going to catch him. Ma'a Nano with a try. Well worked. Some pretty poor D. Reckon Richie saved the baby's bacon. Giddy had some big games, but he wasn't the year-round top halfback. I still feel like at this time he's probably better than anything we had. But yeah, he definitely went off the boil not long after this. You don't have to pause, David, man. That's all good. See how you go. I'll call out the clock in a second. They're still showing the replay of Nona just burning Stephen Moore. Have you watched Pitty's Tiki Tour on YouTube, man? It's funny watching him do yoga with a beer gut. Nah, I haven't seen it, man. I've seen him do a couple of like Super Rugby bits back when it was regular old Super Rugby, and he does look to have put on a few kegs, eh? Which I guess is just normal when you stop being a professional athlete. Pitty had all the pies. That's probably one way of putting it. But man, like during lockdown, like I said, I was eating garbage and not exercising, so I did the same thing. It's easy enough to do. Oh man, Big Richie just got rid of Quaid on that replay. Brutal, no wonder he didn't like him. We're just about to kick off after the try, and there's the kickoff. Looks like Toyava's on. 55-15 is the match clock. One of the wife's cats brought a big old rat to her the other day from the allotments out back. She ran. It's a brave cat, man. Rats can get pretty big. Pitty could play proper hooker now. Damn. Yeah, it happens. It happens to some guys when you stop playing professional sports and having to have a controlled diet and exercise regime. Can happen. Ghetto's just been penalised. Still 24-12. Pocock is brutal at the breakdown, hey? A few months ago I found a dead rat outside, says Nov Mum. Yeah. When I was a kid and an early teenager, my room was an absolute pigsty. And, like, you literally had to jump from clear spot on the floor to clear spot on the floor to get into my room without treading on stuff. I've got an ad coming up. What is it this time? Cheese. Mainland cheese. I can skip it. I was going to say, until one day I found a dead mouse in my room. It was only a little one. I found a dead mouse in my room. And that was the sign to me that I need to get my act together and clean up. However, I didn't know it was a dead mouse when I first saw it. I thought it was a toy. I was like, when the hell did I get a toy mouse? And then I picked it up and I was like, yeah, it's a dead mouse. Having picked up the mouse, I immediately called for my older brother. And I said, Scott, what's your bloody toy mouse doing in my room? So he came and I was like, what toy mouse? Yeah, I was a bit of a prick of a brother, actually. Always the case with Petty. Once he stopped playing, put the weight on. Yeah, he always kind of controlled it, eh? Well, he was playing, but he was always a bit chunky. Jack Goodhughes, ex-mullet. The YouTube clock is at 56:35. And the game clock's at 59:20. And yes, the topic has switched from McDonald's and other fast food to dead rats in a pretty quick hurry. Yeah, I really wasn't very nice to my brother growing up. What can I say? Some kind of younger brother syndrome. I'm sure if you guys had siblings, you know, right? The younger one's probably always a bit of a shit compared to the older ones, right? Stephen Donald's coming on. Let's hope he has a good 20 minutes. He will redeem himself. What can we say? Next year. I only realised my kids have just over a week of school left, then at school holidays. You'll be right, Novbum. You'll make it. Go Beal. Man, he's quick. He's just made Muliaina look all bamboozled, and Drew Mitchell's gone over for a try on the left wing. Too good. That was really good play. I think Muliaina just needed to tackle him. If he passes it to Mitchell, just let him go. Carter looks short of fitness. Yeah, it seems like they were playing controlled minutes for him back then. Good pass from Cooper to set up the space. And Muliaina was fully drawn in. Yeah. Too good. Nice try is right. Can they get a kick? Kicking's been shocking all night from the Wallabies. They're going for their third kicker. Jock's going to have a go. He's got it. Good man. They'll be on their computers. My 12-year-old just got a second monitor, 27-inch. Nice. There is something to be said about getting a second monitor. Although I only use it for work. But it does make your job a bit easier. For a whole year, me and my older brother told our youngest brother he was adopted after he followed us home from Macca's, and we decided to keep him. When Mum found out, she tanned our backsides. Bro, that's brutal. He told him he was adopted. Jeez. How did he buy that though? That's a pretty weak story. Oh man. My wife's brother is 7 years older. She said he got her to play hide and seek, and she hid in a cupboard, and he buggered off with his mates, and she wasn't there for half an hour. Yep. Yep. I forgot how long Jock's been playing. Yeah, he's just turned 30. Both my husband and daughter now have 2 monitors. I thought 2 monitors was ridiculous the first time I saw one of my old colleagues get 2 monitors. I thought it was a load of nonsense, but since having a job where I've got reports and stuff to run, which are horrendous, or a YouTube channel where you need to like have the stats page here and Excel here, you want to copy and paste, it's easier with 2 monitors. It really is way easier. What do you think about Leinster's player pool, Big Mick? Off topic, there's no topic. We've been talking McDonald's, rats, all kinds of nonsense. Actually seems to be about rugby. 95% of their players come from just 14 different schools in a region with over 1 million population. Sounds like South Africa, Big Mick, where they've got a few big rugby schools that just produce all the top players. Private schools, I'm guessing. He was 6. He still talks about it to this day after a few beers. Goodness me. 6 years old and he bought that. I don't know, man. There were 6-year-old kids at my primary school who were already telling me, bro, you believe in Santa Claus? You dumb. I was dumb. I bought it like hook, line, and sinker, but some 6-year-olds knew. Maybe your brother was a bit naive. Oh man, James Slipper's just come on as well. He looks pretty young there. He's going to be playing in the grand final this Saturday. He started drinking at 6, like 6 p.m. Surely not 6 years old. Expect they made it a Sunday as there will be election results on the Saturday. April 2. Feeling very isolated at the new house. There's no way out. A bull on one side, pheasants on the other. I hate birds. Busy road, no path. Out the front, no car yet, no buses. This chair is really needed. Oh man, I thought you'd be loving it. I remember when you first moved there, how like the environment there, I guess, was just so refreshing. But yeah, I get how that would be a bit isolating. Santa isn't real. Refuse to believe this. Nah, man, I'm just kidding. He's definitely real. I remember when I took that story home to my parents, I was a real pissed off little 6-year-old, man. I was like, must have been watching too much Hollywood movies because I was like, you lied to me. You lied. And then they were just kind of like, you're still going to get presents. Shut up. I was like, okay. We cool. Glad the Bledisloe is on a Sunday and early barbecue and beers. Oh, Saturday rugby, man. Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon, whatever it is. Afternoon is just the way to go. Hopefully we can have crowds and I can get a ticket to that Eden Park game. I'll take Gazza along, seeing as we didn't get to go to North and South. That'd be a good one. I do love it. It's a lovely, beautiful house. Just a little isolated delay on the driver's test, so you need to see some other humans. I get how you're feeling, actually, because I'm working from home. And, like, apart from the trip to daycare in the morning, drop the kids off and talk to the teachers there for a few minutes, I'm not doing bugger all in the way of seeing other adult humans either. Only so much Transformers I can talk about with my son. All Blacks take it quickly. Oh, Mills has knocked it on. Have they released the schedule for the Rugby Championship? Not that I've seen yet, man. I think there's still question marks about what's the deal with the South Africans. Lots of people in the same boat with the COVID thing. I agree. Oh, that pass to Jock was just too hard. Berrick Barnes, the forgotten Wallaby. Did he retire because of concussion, or am I thinking of someone else? Can't believe Aussie got the Rugby Championship. Are the Box able to go? I think the Box need to get South Africa's government to like release them, because I think all international sports are on hold, supposedly. Kerwin reckons the Rugby Championship won't go ahead. He might be right. Argentina's squad still got cases. South African players aren't officially released. It seems like a tough one. But there's money to be made, so that's a good motivating factor for lots of people. Yeah, I hope they get it ahead, like going ahead. I know the logistics will be a pain in the backside, but if you put some smart people on the case, I'm sure it's doable. Kid 2 cents to parents, you gave me false hope. Adult 2 cents to TMO, you gave me false hope. Yeah, basically, my entire life has been me yelling at some kind of authority figure that they gave me hope something good was going to happen. Love Mum enjoys the South Africa New Zealand matches. Those are pretty good matches to watch, to be honest. Especially in recent times, they have been kind of mad. I don't see the Rugby Championship happening, especially with issues for South Africa and Argentina. I hope it does happen. Hopefully they play a couple of games at Suncorp with Big Will. Yeah, man. I've seen some of the league crowds, and they seem... Are they not doing the social distancing? Because some of those crowds at the league seemed massive. I think it was like the Storm playing the other day. They seem to have a shitload of people there. What a kick. Just went over the line. Have you heard about Ligma? Ligma. Pass. Did he carry that back? Oh, nah. Perfect timing from Rokotoko. When 2 cents hits his midlife crisis, will we get his halftime stats? I'm like 36, so I'm surely already... Is that not midlife crisis territory? Oh, it's just out on the full. 36, what's that, like 72? I'm halfway to 72? Yeah, I think that's worth a midlife crisis. Mortgage situation still sucks at 36. I gotta admit. "36, you look so young, you lucky bastard." I don't know about that. I feel pretty bloody old at times. Game over at 40. Okay. My brother just turned 40, actually. I was talking to my mum about how it's weird having a brother who's 40. And then she said, "How do you feel? How do you think it's like feeling like you've got a son who's 40?" I'm like, yeah, fair enough. That being said, my brother just had a son at 40, so fair enough. 72-45. All Blacks are still in front, 24-19. It's looking good. All Blacks are looking good. Albie Mathewson, man, Irish rugby legend. Played for Munster, plays for Ulster. One of his few All Blacks appearances. Do you look like if you said 28? I think sure. I still get pissed off though when they ID me at the supermarket. That happened once recently, and I was like, "Come on, man! Like 18? Give me a break." I think they're just being overly cautious because they can get big fines if they sell liquor to people underage. 2 cents midlife crisis, England midfield crisis. Surely England's got lots of options in the midfield. Restarts again when the kids leave home. I'm still a wee way away from my kids leaving home. Big Mick. That's alright. I didn't read that one out. I did the logic in my head and figured, okay, yeah, that's probably one I shouldn't read out. I've seen other people fall for stuff like that. 36 is young. Yeah, well, I work at a university, so I'm flipping surrounded by like 18-year-olds a lot of the time. I would say the average age of the guys in my office is like probably 24. They're all like single, footloose, fancy free guys. Oh, go Kieran Reid, Mathewson, Donald, Kino. Surely the All Blacks got this one in the bag. Only 5 minutes to go. My kid is supposed to leave, but she's still here eating the treats. You're 18, get out. Yeah, nah, the kids don't leave home these days at 18 anymore. England midfield is so-so. Farrell, Tuilagi are test match players. They can turn up in the big games as opposed to some of the flashier midfielders. There's a few other guys there though, right? Richie wants to take the points. Slade, yeah, I was just thinking of him. Most skillful. but he's never had a consistent run. Some guys are unlucky with the injuries, eh, David? Big Will left home at 17. Goodness me, I left home at 21. So, April, you might have a few more years yet, to be honest. Stephen Donald has got a penalty shot, 76 minutes. It'll make it an 8-point margin, so pretty much in the bag, surely. He's pushed it wide, leaving the door open for the Aussies to maybe come back late. Surely not. Novman was 17 when you left home, although you live with your grandparents. April goes one better at 16. April Tui, 16 is pretty young to be leaving home. When I was in preschool, my teacher used to give us cards when we were playing outside to make sure we weren't being violent. Yellow card meant 10 minutes in solitude. Red card meant sent inside. What? That can't be right. Surely not. Big Mick, my real first name is Mark. I probably should be called Big Mark because I am pretty tall. We've got a Big Will, we've got a Big Mick. I should be called Big Mark at 6'4", but nah, just Mark. Parents were very strict as soon as I got my driver's license. Bam, I was gone. Man, I got my restricted at 16. 77-40. They tap it and go. You hardly see. That's like the third time this game from a penalty the team's decided to tap and go. You don't see that happen anymore, man. Not really. My dad was nasty, so better, but it was hard trying to go to school and make rent. Jeez. Left early to start making glass craft. Somehow managed to just get on with it. Damn, I never had to do that, thankfully. Had a very sheltered childhood, fortunately. Big Will, Big Mick, Big Mark, Long Dong, which is the Taiwanese beer. 78-30. The Wallabies are hot on attack after Donald's missed that penalty. Can the All Blacks get out of jail? 23 still live at home, but I'm planning on moving out in a couple of years. No rush, man. As long as you pay some board if you got a job. Make sure you pay some board. That's the main thing. We've got another penalty. 79 minutes. Penalties conceded as 11-6. Pleasure catching some of the game. Alright, Big Mick, back to work. This finish is supposed to be a pretty brutal one, so let's see how this ends up going. With 45 seconds left, the All Blacks have turned the ball over. Stephen Donald has kicked it, but he didn't kick it out, so the advantage is over. There's 30 seconds left. Beale's running it back, going down the left wing. That's the kick that's going to cost Stephen Donald a spot in the All Blacks for the World Cup. Two kicks, really. The missed penalty, which I'd forgotten about, and the missed touch. Hooters just gone. Australia's won a penalty. They tap it. Cooper. It's good you get the groceries there on Monday, man. Just do whatever you do to contribute, eh? My parents told me you can stay at home free when you're studying, but when you work, you got to pay board, which was fair enough. Cool. Actually, Cooper's just been taken high. Pocock, he's not going to let go of the ball. James O'Connor's just scored it. Jeez, what a try. What a try. My roommate just heard Big Mick back to work and nearly spat out his coffee. Oh, and yes, Big Will, this is why Beaver was low. Beaver copped the absolute brunt of the entire New Zealand talkback radio scene after this game. Missed the penalty, which I'd forgotten about legit, but I remember he didn't find touch. AB's defense is poor. This is the finish. Yeah. Jeez. Whacked Richie around the head. I suppose there's a reason people still don't like Quaid over here, eh? Man, what a massive conversion for James O'Connor. Stephen Donald looks absolutely shattered. $20 old. What a hell of a kick he's got. Is he going to get it? Brutal ending for the All Blacks is right, Patrick. He's nailed it. What a kick. What an absolute moment. Yeah. Patrick, this was probably before you were following rugby, but yeah. Stephen Donald, who was our reserve 10, was pretty much dropped from the All Blacks after this game, but he makes a stunning comeback at the World Cup a year later. A great redemption story. Awesome win by the Wallabies as April 2. It was. Pretty famous victory. David says, great game, good choice, enjoyed that a lot. Yeah, man, it's literally the first time I've watched it in 10 years. So, and as I said, apart from Stephen Donald missing touch, I didn't remember much else about this game. So, yeah. Tolly, man, you come out of nowhere. During lockdown, not exercising, eating junk, picks up a beer. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how lockdown goes. Oh well. That was a bit of fun. And yes, he was whitebaiting, which is a kind of fishing. I've never been whitebaiting, I must admit. But I have eaten a whitebait fritter, which is a pretty Kiwi thing as well. April Tui, nice choice, Mark. Thanks once again. It's nice to see a live person other than Liam, Ruby, or the delivery guy. Yeah, take care of the cats. Hope they're all good. Flesh and honestly thought that it went the other way. Nah, man, this was a pretty famous Wallabies victory. Thought it was a decent choice with the Bledisloe hopefully coming up. Live streaming Saturday. I will be doing the Aussie Super Rugby grand final. Lock that one in. There's Champions Cup this weekend as well. But all those games are on at a horrendous time. The best is 4:30 in the morning. So I think I probably won't live stream other than that one game, which is the Aussie Grand Final. But yeah, we'll see how things go. Doing a video for Mitre 10 picks. I'll do the Patreon one for the reviews, bro. Mitre 10 Cup is just a bit too mad to do weekly vids on. I did it once before, and it's crazy. Grant with the super sticker. Cheers for that, bro. I hope things are going good in Taiwan as you as you get the touch rugby organised. You're converting the Taiwanese to rugby, man. You're doing good work, obviously. So yeah, everybody take care. I am gonna go and probably get ready for bed, actually. 10 o'clock. Get ready for bed. Work tomorrow. So yeah. You guys all take care. Cheers for joining me. And I'll see you again for another one soon. Alright, guys. See you.